to reply.
Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 230, this third county assembly of Taita Taveta resolves that the motion number 9 appearing under today's order paper be notified and moved in the same special morning sitting number 49. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motions.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I beg to move the following motion. That this third county assembly approves the report of Secretarial Committee on Tourism on 2022 World War I fund utilization laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 18th July 2023. Special sitting number 049 and its recommendation therefore. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Committee on Tourism is one of the Secretarial Committee constituted on 21st December 2022 pursuant to the provisions of the Taita Taveta County Assembly Standing Order number 193. Pursuant to Standing Order number 182-6, the committee hereby presents its report on 2022 World War I funds utilization. Committee General Observations. The committee made the following observation findings during its review on the utilization of World War I recommendation events funds as follows. 1. The World War I event was a noble idea since its conceptualization stage. However, some few individuals abuse their powers during the planning and execution for their selfish interests against the public good and the benefits accruing thereafter. Number 2, the relevant department failed to take the lead role and left it to the economic advisor to spearhead the World War I event, which led to mismanagement of the World War I funds. Number 3, minutes unveiled show various individuals attending meetings within the county and outside the county who were not members of the committee tasked to spearhead the World War I activities, thereby defeating the purpose of forming a committee. Number 4, there was no approved work plan and scope of work availed to corroborate the activities undertaken. Number 5, the little work done was executed by few individuals who procured goods and services in cash through M-Pesa and bank transfer, contrary to Section 107 of Public Procurement and Disposal Act 2015 and its Regulation 2020, which has plagued the procurement of goods and services at a maximum threshold of 50,000. Number 6, it was further noted that the 4 officers who were sent on compulsory leave by His Excellency the Governor played an act role or influenced most of the decisions involving around the execution of the World War I event, as they were in attendance in various meetings and were advancedly mentioned in the public domain. Number 7, the county suffered financial loss to the tune of the Kenya shillings 4,048,337, as no value for money was achieved. Public finance procedures were deliberately violated by those who were directly involved in execution of the event, according to the document reviewed, which shows that Mr. Thomas Juma was in receipt of 2,100,000 interest, which he took, and 900,000 transferred to him by Cosmas Mrombo, and Kenya shillings 782,340 transferred by Gidnora Nyambu. The very act of issuing interest to the economic advisor was not within the law, as economic advisor does not fall in the category of county staff who can take out interest, him being a personal staff to the governor, and the fact that all county activities are already domains in a particular department. Number 8, in case of forgery and misappropriation of public funds were clearly manifested in various receipts and invoices purported to support the expenditures of the event. Consequently, the validity and authenticity, the expenditure amounting to 4,048,337 for the World War I event is in doubt. Number 9, it was further observed that the interests were not surrendered in accordance with the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and its regulation 2015. Number 10, upon further information requested, it was noted that the appointing authority did not consider the bare minimum requirement of a degree in appointing the political advisor who has international computer driving license as the highest academic qualifications, and the position of head of protocol does not exist in the establishment of office in the office of the governor, and does not have a degree to qualify for job group R where he is currently placed. Number 11, on the other side, the economic advisor and the director governor's press service degree are from outside Kenya and are not supported by a letter of accreditation from Commission of University Education, in brackets CUE. Number 12, emanating from the above, therefore, it is evident that all the other advisors appointed by the governor are contrary to the transition advisory on office of the governor staff as per REF TA/7/363 of 2nd September 2013. Committee called one event, the year 2022, was marked with irregularity. Committee recommendations. The Committee on Tourism recommends that 1. Mr. Thomas Juma, the economic advisor, and other advisors played a critical role in influencing most of the decisions in the planning and execution of the event due to the nature of their positions, as they were directly involved in playing for the good and services in cash, M-Pesa, and bank and personal bank transfer, contrary to financial regulations and Section 107 of the Public Procurement and Disposal Act 2015 and its Regulation 2020. As such, he should forthwith be suspended to pave way for the conclusion of corruption investigation currently being undertaken by the EACC, as well as verification of his academic credentials by the Commission of University Education by the County Secretary within 21 days. In the event that Mr. Thomas Juma's qualification is invalidated, the governor must vacate his appointment within 5 days after the lapse of his initial 21 days. Number 2, the county secretary to verify the qualifications of Ms. Eunice Delejai Mchikirwa with the Commission for University Education by the county secretary within 21 days. In the event that Ms. Eunice Delejai Mchikirwa's qualifications is invalidated, the governor must vacate her appointment within 5 days after the lapse of the initial 21 days. Number 3, those who will be found culpable by the EACC should be punishable in accordance with the law and stripped of their responsibilities by the appointing authorities. Number 4, the governor should urgently undertake administrative action against the whole committee takes to spearhead the World War I, as they failed to take their responsibility seriously, leading to mismanagement of public funds with a view of preventing the same happening in future. Number 5, the head of finance should ensure compliance of the PFM Act 2012 and the Public Procurement and Disposal Act 2015 in the exclusion of the various activities within the county to avoid misuse of public resources, as impressed issued for the World War I event mounting to 4,048,337 has not been surrendered as at the time of committee review by the concerned interest holders, contrary to the PFM Act 2012 and its Regulation 2015. Number 6, the governor must forthwith vacate the irregular appointment of the political advisor, Mr. Richard Lukindo, and Chief of Protocol, Mr. Philemon Mombingu, who do not have the minimum requirement for appointment to the position they are currently holding. Number 7, the position of other governors' advisors being Mr. Frank Jumapili Mare, Advisor Water, Hygiene, Sanitation and Health, Mr. Jason Tuja Mwamodeni, Advisor Cohesion, Peace Building and Conflict Resolution, Mr. Jeremiah Kiroi, Advisor Lands and Governance, and Mr. William Lay, Advisor Blue Economy and Investments, which are outside the said establishment are hereby declared null and void, as they are not established by the Transition Authority Advisory number REF TA/1 7/363 of 2nd September 2013, as they have further ballooned the wage bill, which is way above the 35% of the total resource enveloped required by Public Finance Management Act 2012, and such must be vacated. I now call upon Honorable Peter Shambi to second the motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to second and support the report. But before I do, Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to make a few remarks. Mr. Speaker, sir, there was a Nobel laureate called Rigoberta Manchu to support this report. And Mr. Speaker, I want to support with the following points. Number one, the Public Finance Management Act of 2015, Regulation 92.5, clearly states that all interest that has been signed for by government officials must be surrendered within 7 working days, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, from the report that we've had, we've seen that the interest was not surrendered even by the time the culprits, the said culprits were summoned at the assembly. And Mr. Speaker, this county must be run with the rule of law. But what has been happening in this particular case, Mr. Speaker, is a flaw of the rules. Mr. Speaker, it's a flaw of the rules if the Public Finance Management Act says we surrender the interest within 7 days, and it has not been surrendered by the time that committee was sitting in this assembly, Mr. Speaker. That is more than 8 months after the activity that happened in November. But most shockingly, Mr. Speaker, another flaw of the rules is the fact that even the little interest that was surrendered, it was surrendered using fake documents, Mr. Speaker. If you read the report properly, you'll realize, Mr. Speaker, sir, that there are actually suppliers who are ready to write letters to confirm that their logos and signatures were forged in the attempt to be able to return or surrender the interest. Mr. Speaker, this is impunity of the highest order. We will not tolerate as a House to have an executive that keeps following the rules of law, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I want to urge this House and members of this House that we need to protect our space. We were voted and nominated, brought to this House to do 3 key important duties. The first one being representation, the second one being oversight, and the third one, legislation, Mr. Speaker. On this particular one, we are saying no to impunity through our responsibility of oversight. Mr. Speaker, the rule of law states very clearly that according to the Transitional Authority Advisory, there are minimum qualifications of people who are to work in the office of the governor, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this report has once again highlighted the flaws of the rules. The flaws of the rules in this case, Mr. Speaker, we have seen impunity of the highest order. We have seen officers working in the office of the governor, who ideally is supposed to be the highest office in this country, And we've seen people advising the governor using international computer driving licenses, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's a shame. As a county, we need to refuse this count of mediocrity. We have said time and again that we have a responsibility as the members of this county to protect the integrity of the people, of citizens of this county. And Mr. Speaker, what we are experiencing from this report is a blatant impunity, Mr. Speaker, which we will not be able to accept. Mr. Speaker, when we refer to this document, page 17, page 17 of this report, Mr. Speaker, the Transitional Authority has clearly given the governor 6 different advisors, or rather staff, to work in the office, Mr. Speaker, sir. The first one being the Chief of Staff, the second one being the Economic Advisor, the third one being the Legal Advisor, the fourth one being the Political Advisor, the fifth one being the Director, Governor's Press Service, the sixth one is the support staff. Mr. Speaker, in this report, shockingly, we have realized that, yes, we have some of this staff. We have the Economic Advisor, we have the Political Advisor, but we do not have a Legal Advisor, Mr. Speaker. What we have in this country is a legal attorney. So automatically the governor does not have a legal advisor. We only have, as a county, the legal attorney. And Mr. Speaker, I've always kept wondering, why would people follow the rules of law like this if we really have a county attorney, Mr. Speaker? Why do the taxpayers of this county pay a lot of money to an individual who is not able to properly advise the governor? Mr. Speaker, it's a shame. This is a flaw of the rules, Mr. Speaker, and should not be tolerated in this county. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the governor, apart from the fact that he's entitled to 6 officers to work in his office, he has gone ahead, according to the report again, page 24, he has gone ahead and appointed more advisors. This is totally against the Transitional Authority's advisory, as I mentioned earlier, and I totally support any efforts that is made deliberately or otherwise to be able to recover any resources that have been used to pay these extra officers who are not pegged on any law, any statute, any legislation, anywhere. Mr. Speaker, it is a flaw of the rules. Again, Mr. Speaker, we are saying the rule of law has given 6. Mr. Speaker, the flaw of the rules in this particular context, Mr. Speaker, is that the governor has over 9 advisors. And we are saying that this should stop. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to second this report and to hope that all the members in this House are going to support this report to be able to help the governor execute his mandate. Because sometimes, Mr. Speaker, sir, I feel like the governor has been held captive by some of these people who work in this office and is not being able to make sober decisions, Mr. Speaker. I therefore wish to urge my colleagues in this House to be able to support the governor by getting rid of some of these people who are not adding value to this government, who are a baggage to the taxpayers of this county, and to be able to help them go home so that they can get some other responsibility to do and leave the governor free to be able to execute his mandate. Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand to second.
Honorable members, I now propose a question that this third county assembly votes and approves the report of the second sectoral committee on tourism on 2022-101 fund utilization, laid on the table of this House on Tuesday, 18th July 2023, special morning sitting number 49, and its recommendations thereof. Honorable members, The floor is open for debate. Mheshimiwa Mzungu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. I am rising to support this report. But before I do that, let me congratulate the chair for tourism for having done a commendable job together with her committee. We understand that this matter is a matter of great importance, not only to this house, but to the entire county. They have done a commendable job. It is a thorough job, well researched, with no malice. So I say congratulations to that particular committee. Mr. Speaker, of importance is that we agreed as a house that we will not leave this committee to do its job alone. And our Deputy Speaker, who is the chair of chairs, allowed us to have a whole house committee because we clearly knew the importance of this report. I want to tell people of Taveta that we have no otherwise. We have no otherwise. We have to do our duty. We have to do our job because our work is to oversight the executive. And we cannot compromise that important role of this house. Taveta is greater than any individual. Taveta is of great importance. We have no room for failure, Mr. Speaker. We have had problems in the last 10 years. We are in a ditch, so we will not allow to close with a single eye and allow such kind of plundering of public finance to continue. So, this one should go to the governor himself, because I've had people out there trying to politicize this report. People have gone to the governor to make merries, to show him that they are darlings. They are going to protect him. I'm here to set the record straight that we are not here to fight the executive. We are here to perform our duty. We are not here to fight His Excellency the Governor. We are not even interested to fight him. Because, as I said it earlier, there is no room for failure in Taveta County anymore. We are crawling. Other counties are running. So we cannot allow, again, we sleep and allow such kind of blatant stealing of public finance to continue. So I want it to be very clear to everybody in this house, together with the public, that we love our county, we love our governor, we love the people of Taveta. So this one we are doing is our role. It's our role as the county assembly, the role of oversight. I'm saying this because already we have been having so many meetings in places we cannot mention. These meetings are meant to ensure that this house had more enough quorum to deliberate on this issue. These meetings were done deliberately. We are calling for meetings. I have a letter here with me, where my name appears the first. As the leader of delegation to I don't understand. I have never been called by anybody, I've never been consulted, I get shown my name in that list. And these are the games which have been played in the former regime. The game to divide the house, to divide this assembly, we will not accept. We will not accept to be divided. We will stand firm, we will do our duty with clean hearts. I'm standing here to support this report because if you employ people, and some of the colleagues said here that you are mandated to go and investigate on World War I only. Where are the qualifications coming from? People ask that question, but it was very clear from the interrogation we did here. You discover there's a problem because if someone is a government officer and cannot answer simple questions on his docket, then you are forced to interrogate on competence. And if you are going to do that, then you discover that this guy, in the first place, he did not qualify. Do you deal with the roots or deal with the branches? You must give me the roots. Because looking at the receipts, the forged receipts, I was asking myself, even if someone wanted to steal, can't he or she do it in a clever way, a bit clever way? How do you forge receipts openly? That is impunity. That's impunity, and we will not accept either. It's not true. It's not possible. So we have to set the record straight. I want to ask our governor that we should know that those who are telling him the truth are the ones who love him. Let him not go to bed with guys who are lying to him, telling him it is bed of roses. It's not bed of roses. The truth of the matter, the governor must stand up, stand with his authority, and tell his people the truth. This one, it can happen, this one cannot happen. So I rise here to congratulate again the committee, and then also to say that the list which is moving around in the social media, I am not privy to the venue, to the content, to the agenda of that meeting. It was meant to divide this house, and I stand firm to stand with this house. Mr. Speaker, with those few remarks, I support the report.
Asante sana Bwana Mwenyekiti. Nasimama katika nyumba hii iliyoheshimika asubuhi ya leo kuunga mkono hii ripoti ya kamati ya tourism. Kabla sijaongea Bwana Spika, naomba nikemee pepo ya kigugumizi, pepo ya kuchanganyikiwa wakati napeana mchango wangu. Bwana Mwenyekiti, mimi naunga ripoti hii mkono 100%. Bwana Mwenyekiti, wakati nilipewa uteuzi na chama changu cha ODM nije katika nyumba hii, chama changu cha ODM kimeamini kwamba adui mkubwa katika serikali zote ni ufisadi, na lazima nisimame na maadili ya chama changu ya kupambana na huu ugonjwa ama kidonda ndugu cha ufisadi. Bwana Mwenyekiti, hii ni awamu ya 3 tangu tupate magatuzi, na kila ukitembea nasikia mwananchi anakuambia bado sijaona faida ya magatuzi. Na nataka niseme ni kwamba hatutapambana na ufisadi na tuhakikishe kila ndururu inayoletwa kupeana huduma kwa mwananchi imetumika vile inavyopaswa kutumika, basi tutakuwa tufanya makosa na historia itatuhukumu. Bwana Mwenyekiti, nilisema hapa na nasema tena, wale tunaozungumzia hususan wale ambao wameangaziwa pakubwa katika hii report, tulipata mawasiliano kutoka mkono ule mwingine na serikali kwamba kupata mawasiliano yote kwamba hawa wameregesha kazini. Nilinyamaziwa, lakini tukapata fununu ni kwamba wako kazini kupitia kwa mwakilishi wao wakati tumewaita waje hapa kujibu maswali ya bunge, na tukapata mawasiliano kutoka kwa huyo mwakilishi wao kwamba hawawezi kuja kwa sababu kesi ilikuwa inachunguzwa na vyombo vya dola. Na nikauliza ikiwa niliambiwa kwamba walisimamishwa, wewe bwana unawakilisha kivipi? Sababu mtu akisimamishwa katika wizara ama idara fulani ni kwamba wewe haiko chini ya mavuli wako. Sikupata jibu. Ndio nasema hapa Bwana Mwenyekiti, haya ni makosa hayatarudiwa nikiwa katika hii nyumba. sheria lazima ifuatwe. Bwana mwenyekiti, ukiangalia mgao wa Taita Taveta, sote tunasema kulingana na vile unakuja ni mdogo, hawezi kukimu mahitaji ya mwananchi wa Taita na Taveta. Ili kidogo tunapata, lazima iende kwa huduma ya mwananchi. Hii shughuli iliyofanya ya 101 ilikuwa ni ya ulaghai. Basi mimi kama Anisa nasema milioni 4 ingenunua dawa ikaweka hospitalini badala kwenda vile ilivyoenda. Kwa hivyo bwana mwenyekiti, ieleweke wazi, nyumba hii iliyoheshimika, hatutaki kufuta mtu kazi, hatutaki kuhujumu mtu, hatuna chuki na mtu yeyote yule, isipokuwa tukumbushana sheria ifate mkondo wake. Ukivunja unachuma na usilalamike. Tuko hapa kuwakilisha mwananchi wa Taita na Taveta na kusimamia, narudia, kila ndururu inayoingia katika kaunti. Bwana mwenyekiti, naogopa kitu kimoja. Nilililia magatuzi na nilichampion nikifanya kampeni ya magatuzi. Naogopa isijekawa sikugatua huduma kwa mwananchi, nionekane ama nihesabiwe katika wale wamegatua ufisadi. Bwana mwenyekiti, niko na watoto, niko na wajukuu. Sitaki nitoke niache historia mbaya ili mtoto wangu akipita ananyoshewa kidole. Bwana mwenyekiti, naomba nisihesabiwe hapo. Mimi nashukuru Mungu nimetosheka na kile changu napata cha halali. Ya kando sitaki, na naomba wengine waniige mfano wangu. I'm a living example, Bwana Speaker, na najivunia kuishi vile ninavyoishi. Namalizia Bwana Speaker, na hii iende kwa service board. Taita Taveta County inalipa pesa kwa County Public Service Board kufanya kazi inayostahili na kupatia serikali ya kaunti watu wanaostahili na wanaofaa na walio na makaratasi ya kuweza kushikilia nyadhifa za kiserikali. Nauliza, leo tunakuwaje na watu katika maofisani wenye hawana makaratasi yanayostahili? Kuna haja kuna service board kweli? Bwana mwenyekiti, hapa tutajibizana. Nafikiri kosa lililoko ni kwamba labda, nasema labda tu, na naomba nisinukuliwe, labda ile service board tuko nayo haina maadili ama haistahili kufanya ile kazi wanafanya. Kwa hivyo nyumba hii inatakikana kuchunguza Public Service Board ya Taita Taveta County. Mwenyekiti, naenda kumaliza nikisema uamuzi tutakaotoa kwa nyumba hii ni kwa sababu tunampenda gavana wa kujaa. Isionekane kwamba tunapigana na Mheshimiwa Mwadime. Mheshimiwa Mwadime ni gavana wa Taita na Taveta kwa miaka 5. Na wakati tunazungumzia haya maswala, tunamsaidia kurekebisha ili kuondoa mbegu mbaya na kumwonyesha pale makosa yako, na akiwa ni gavana kuelewa arekebishe. Kwa sababu tayari imemwangazia vibaya na haitaenda hivyo Bwana Spika. Kwa hivyo tumempa mawazo ama wasia wa kurekebisha, kwa sababu wakati mwananchi wa Taita na Taveta aliamka asubuhi kwenda kupigia gavana wa kujaa kura, alikuwa na matumaini makubwa sana. Kwa hivyo kama tutakaa tuangalie haya kitendeka na tunyamazie kimya, kitu cha kwanza tutakuwa hatupendi wa kujaa, kitu cha pili tutakuwa hatupendi mwananchi wa Taita na Taveta. Jambo hili limeleta mtafaruku mkubwa sana, na mwananchi wa Taita na Taveta amnaangalia County Assembly inasema nini. Kwa hivyo County Assembly wenzangu, nina imani kwamba hapa hatutazozana, hatutakataana, hatutawachana, lakini kama kweli tunapenda wananchi wetu waliotutuma hapa, hii report ipite kama jana. Niko hapa kuunga mkono 100%, na naombea wewe Mungu utusaidie ripoti hii ipite, na baada ya leo waliofanya makosa yao wajirudie wao wenyewe, wajiite mkutano na wajionye kibinafsi, sio sisi kuja kuwaonya hapa. Wajionye wenyewe, warekebishe, walichokula si chao kirudi kwa serikali ili kiende kwa malengo ya shilingi ya Taita na Taveta ambayo ni huduma kwa mwananchi. Kwa hivyo bwana mwenyekiti, nimechukua muda mwingi, lakini nimeunga mkono ripoti hii 100%, na nishukuru kamati ya tourism kwa kazi nzuri waliofanya. Asante mwenyekiti.
Mheshimiwa Makala.
Asante. Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sorry for that. Allow me first to appreciate, before I make some comments, Mr. Speaker, first protect me from honorable member who's looking me with some suggestive eyes, the leader of delegation, honorable member from Mololo, Mr. Speaker. I had a personal goal this month, July, to read more and speak less. But on this particular report, Mr. Speaker, allow me to make some few remarks. First, to congratulate the honorable member and the chairperson of this committee for coming up with a very comprehensive report. This was a very sensitive issue. With the courage, I was not expecting her if she'll handle the mantle, Mr. Speaker, but she has gone very far. She has shown her ability. She has shown us the courageousness she has, because this is a very sensitive matter, Mr. Speaker. You know, it's not only on social media, but the level at which it went, Mr. Speaker, it clearly shows that she's very courageous. Together with the team, she deserves an applaud, Mr. Speaker, for doing a very good job. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, two wrongs don't make a right, no matter what. And this house cannot be used as a conveyor belt to make sure that people who have committed their crimes or have violated some principles, Mr. Speaker, because it's very clear. We have to go to the papers because the level of incompetence was everywhere, Mr. Speaker. If the so-called officers, Mr. Speaker, could not even check through the public procurement and the Asset Disposal Act 2015 and its regulation thereafter, Mr. Speaker, which stipulates very clearly the modes of payment. How can an officer make a payment through an M-Pesa, Mr. Speaker? Personal bank transfers of magnitude of above 50,000, or an amount of money that goes above the procurement, Mr. Speaker. This was too obvious that we had to check the papers because it was demanding us to do so as our duty for oversight, Mr. Speaker. This was very wrong. Mr. Speaker, even considering the items delivered, receipts were forged. That is very true. Because they could not even reconcile the documents. We could not, if we could find receipt, Mr. Speaker, you cannot obtain its delivery notes. Because it could not be obtained in any way, Mr. Speaker. That's why items were procured, payments were done, and we feel even those who were paid, maybe they were allowed to agree they were paid. Because some of them had to do, they had to be contacted. Some of them agreed payment, yes, but we do delivered items, we could not cite delivery, Mr. Speaker. That's why we are saying the whole event, Mr. Speaker, was meant to be a county event. But how it was run, from its planning to execution, Mr. Speaker, it was like a birthday party. It was like someone else's birthday party, Mr. Speaker. This was a county event, and procedures, and they had to be followed. There was no shortcut around it, Mr. Speaker. That's why we are saying the officers capable, Mr. Speaker, should be taken responsible. We are here elected to do an oversight role, a role that we are not going to let go. No matter how many hotels they take us, no matter how many invitations they call us, a role of oversight cannot be overtaken away from us. That one must go very well to the oversight. Whether we can sit together today, take a copy of tea together, eat a goat together, but when we step in that door, Mr. Speaker, we do our duty. Which number one is to oversight. That one they must know. So for them to be in line with this assembly, Mr. Speaker, they should do what is right. Once we obtain ourselves a tuition fee to start paying for them some causes so that they can understand even our duties as far as their duties are concerned. We are I was respected in the morning when I saw my name number 2, as my colleague was saying there. And when you respect me, you don't respect Amos. You respect the people of Kasika who gave me a chance to present them, Mr. Speaker. Why did you call me for a meeting? You didn't even consult my time. You didn't consult my availability. I just saw a letter circulating somewhere that Amos Makon is supposed to be in Kilaguri now as I'm speaking here. Because the meeting was supposed to be starting at 8 a.m. in the morning, Mr. Speaker. Why could not take an extra efforts? Call me to consult my availability before they can invite me to that meeting. That means to then people feel like I'm in Kilaguni, in a hotel, somewhere in, I don't know, it's Makuera, I don't know. Even I've never been in that hotel, Mr. Speaker. I would like to go there, but let them have a proper way. Let them follow procedure to invite me to that meeting. I will go, but I will call upon the respective officers, Mr. Speaker, to take and give us some level of respect. We are elected, we are honorable members, we cannot be colluded, and we'll do our duty for the next 5 years. If they don't want us, let's meet on 2027 when we are campaigning. Maybe they can succeed in their mission. I highly agree with the committee. I support this report, Mr. Speaker, with my 2 hands, my heart, and everybody. I mean my body. My whole heart of the body, Mr. Speaker. I support this report. It must go through. And I call upon whoever is in charge in implementation, Mr. Speaker, to take forth the recommendation seriously, because we will take this matter to the next level. If all matters we recommend are not taken seriously, Mr. Speaker, for the sake of our Taveta County and the funds that we are receiving, they are not enough. We are receiving very little money, Mr. Speaker, and we are not able to implement projects that we are intending to implement. And if some few officers choose to enrich themselves, they should wait 2027, maybe onwards to 32 if it's possible, but not this time. I will stand strongly, Mr. Speaker, to support this report. Thank you.
Honorable Rose.
Asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, nasimama hapa kuunga mkono ripoti, lakini kabla sijaunga mkono ripoti hii, ningependa kuchukua fursa hii kumpongeza ndugu yangu, kaka yangu Mheshimiwa Shambi kwa ushindi alioupata jana. Pongezi sana, tulikuwa tunakuhitaji sana kwa nyumba hii kwa sababu ile kazi uko nayo itaendelea na ni kubwa. Bwana Spika, kulingana na ripoti hii nimeisoma vizuri, nimeanalyze na nimeona kuna makosa. Wacha makosa tuyaite makosa. Si kusema makosa tutarekebisha, ama tuliwapatia muda wa kujieleza lakini wakashindwa. Bwana Spika, tuko hapa kuunga ripoti hii mkono, si eti tunawindana ama tunatafuta mtu yoyote. Bwana Spika, sisi tunafanya kazi yetu kulingana na katiba. Bwana Spika, tunafanya kazi yetu sababu imekuwa lawama kwamba wawakilishi wodi wengi wananuliwa na upande ule mwingine wa executive. Lakini la hasha, si hivyo Bwana Spika. Na wacha hili liende kwa rekodi kwamba Bwana Governor, tunakupenda sana, lakini huo mchezo watu wako wameanza, ama kama wewe pia uko ndani, tunakuonya haitakuwa kama hiyo bunge hilo lingine. Bwana Spika, bunge hilo lingine nilikuwa na niliona wananchi wa Taita Taveta vile waliteseka wakati tulienda mambo ya budget na mambo ya kudissolve county, na wananchi wa Taita Taveta ndio waliteseka. Bwana Spika, saizi hatuwezi kukubali watu wachache wafanye makosa yao alafu bunge lote liharibiwe jina, ama executive yote iharibiwe jina. Bwana Governor, na kuomba zile barua zote zimeenda kwa mitandao, zimeandikwa na ziko na signature yako, kama pia zimefojiwa kama hizo stakabadhi zingine, naomba uje kwa hili bunge ujitetee, tujue ni ukweli ni signature yako ama pia imekuwa forged. Na ni makosa makubwa sana. First Lady anatuita upande huu kama wamama, alafu upande huu Governor anaita baadhi ya watu. Hao viongozi hatukushurutishwa. Hata mimi nilipigania Deputy Speaker na ndugu yangu Anselm hapa, lakini haimaanishi tuko maadui. Kuna uhuru wa kila jambo. Wakati waheshimiwa wengine walisema tunaona Mheshimiwa Deputy Speaker yeye ndo anafaa, nilikubali matokeo na tuchape kazi. Lakini wakati unaita waheshimiwa wengine 22, mimi mwenyewe sikuhusishwa kupanga hiyo list, unaniita kama nani? Kwa sababu tuna viongozi hapa bungeni ambao wanatuelekeza ni mwelekeo gani tunafaa kuchukua. Lakini wakati unatupangia na viongozi wetu wako hapo, inamaanisha unataka kutugawanya. Wakati huu haitawezekana. Kama uliingia na malengo ukijua utatenganisha hii nyumba, tumeshikana, tuko kitu kimoja na hatutatenganishwa na mtu yoyote yule. Kitu iliyoko ni kila mtu afanye kazi yake aliyopewa, na hata kama ni makosa yametendeka, angalau useme mapema, na kama ni hela za wenyewe wangekuwa wamerudisha mapema. Lakini kwanza wanafaa kwenda kotini, kwa sababu kutumia jina la mtu la biashara lenye amekaa nalo kwa muda kwenda kutengenezea stakabadhi za uongo, hiyo ni kuharibia mtu jina na kuharibia mtu biashara. So wanafaa waombe msamaha, juu mwenyewe akiamua kuchukua sheria itakuwa ni mambo mengine kando na hii bunge kuchukua sheria yenye tumechukua. Bwana Spika, naunga ripoti hii mkono, na gavana tafadhali usiingilie hii maneno. Wewe ndo tulikaa na wewe ukatuambia waheshimiwa fanyeni kazi yenu. Leo tumefanya kazi yetu, naomba na wewe ufanye kazi yako. Asante Bwana Spika.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to contribute towards this motion. I want, first of all, to support the report. I'm one of the members of that particular committee, and we have done our work, Mr. Speaker, and we should not be blamed, because we went thorough, we did everything to make sure that we don't victimize anybody. Mr. Speaker, this house is a house that needs to be respected. We are here knowing our rules, knowing our roles, and what we are supposed to do. Mr. Speaker, it's so assuming that one may try to interfere with what this house is doing. We called this team here, we interrogated them, and they were really clear and shown who they are. We need people who are very competent. People are very competent, and that is why I advise the executive that they need to get a team that is very competent to serve this county. Because all what we saw here, a lot of forgery, does it really fall under Chapter 6 of integrity of an officer who serves in the public? We need the executive to understand that we are not witch-hunting anybody, but we want things to be done different. Mr. Speaker, we want to come into a level whereby we not see these things happening. People have mismanaged the funds of this county for a very long time. Mr. Speaker, myself, I had a project that whereby somebody has just manipulated the size of a ball so that he can make money out of that. Yet you can get water at the level of 95 meters. And this is beside the what? In the county that is serving Taveta county. This is the time that they need to understand that this is a different house altogether. Leaders who have come to this house knows what they are supposed to do. They may disgrace us maybe because of maybe they think we have a low qualification. They need to understand we are very smart. We will get it to them. This is just the beginning, and when this house goes ahead and do what we are going to do today, because we are going to serve, and the committee for implementation, and others, we need to make sure that our report will now follow with the issues about implementation and make sure that things are done the way they are supposed to be done. Even the devolution part of it, the devolution committee, those people who work in the county and those who are supposed to work within a certain qualification, you people, you are supposed to find out and know that this is done according to the law. We don't want to repeat this one again, and I think we are going to send a signal. To everybody who is working in the Taveta county government that we are ready to make sure that things are done the way they're supposed to be done. Mr. Speaker, I want to, on behalf of the people of Mao Ward, where I represent, I didn't ask for me to be sent to Kiraguni. And I want to put it very clear. I've never gone to Kiraguni, but I'm organizing to go myself and pay for myself. But I'm not a corrupted deal. I can take even my family, I'm working millions of money now.
people, we must be respected. We must be respected. I'm saying, this is about the media. These people have been taken to take a watch, I don't know what. We are, myself, I've associated myself with that particular letter, and I think that person who wrote that letter, and I'm saying today, and I'm calling upon my governor. If he is aware that this letter did not come from him, he should come open and apologize to the members. This was a crime. These are disrespectful to the members. Yes. I was brought number 3, Mr. Speaker. In fact, I was very shocked. And you know what I'm saying? Eh? We are different, and we will make things work different. And I want to assure the people of Taita, you elected us, and we are here doing our job. We are here, no matter the way things are going to work, but we are ready to work as leaders who are elected and have trust in this particular house. And with these few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I beg to support the report. Thank you very much.
Honorable Joyce.
Asante sana ndugu Spika kwa kunipa nafasi hii ili na mimi nitoe wazo langu kuhusu mswada huu ambao uko katika bunge hii. Ndugu Spika, kwanza nataka nishukuru kamati ya utalii na hasa zaidi chairlady wetu ama mwenyekiti wetu wa kamati hii ya utalii kwa kuketia ripoti hii na kutuletea habari hii ya ripoti. Sababu mswada huu, Bwana Spika, ulikuwa ni kali na ulikuwa ni wa kuogopesha, na nataka nimshukuru dadangu kwa kuwa na moyo huu wa kusimama karibu lisaa lizima kutusomea ripoti hiyo. Ndugu Spika, mimi naunga mkono ripoti hii tena kwa hali ya juu sana. Ndugu Spika, nataka nikumbushe waheshimiwa pamoja na wananchi ambao wako hapa. Kaunti hii ya Taita Taveta iko namba 47. Na wakati tulikuwa tunaapishwa, ndugu Spika, tulikuwa tumeahidi tutatoa kaunti hii namba 47 tuilete namba 1 ama tuilete kati ya kaunti 10. Na ndugu Spika, nimetatizika nilipoona wachache, mtu mmoja ama wawili ama kikundi kimetaka kupeleka kaunti hii namba 50 ama namba 100 kama hizo namba ziko. Kwa sababu huu ni wizi umefanyika wawazi, na tena ningependa kusema kwamba ndugu zetu hawa ambao wamehusikana na kashfa hii hawajui kuiba. Sababu wangekuwa wanajua kuiba, pia wangewasiliana na hao suppliers ama hao contractors. Kwa hivyo mimi, Bwana Spika, nataka pia nipongeze waheshimiwa hapa kwa kushikana na kuwa kitu kimoja na kuonyesha dalili ya kutoa kaunti hii yetu ya Taita Taveta kuitoa namba 47 kuileta namba 1. Ndugu Spika, jana na juzi wengine tumepigiwa simu tusikuje hapa. Wakati tunauliza sababu, tunaambia waziwazi hatutaki quorum hapo na hatutaki mjadili ripoti hiyo. Kwa hivyo, Bwana Spika, jambo hili limefanyika maksudi, na nataka nishukuru waheshimiwa tuendelee kushikana tuwe kitu kimoja ili tuaibishe huyo shetani. Ndugu Spika, gavana wetu tunampenda sana. Na kabla hatujakuja katika bunge hili, ndugu Spika, tumezungumza na ndugu gavana tukimwambia hebu tuketi, tukueleze na tukupe ushauri vile tutaenda. Manake tuliahidi tutafanya kazi pamoja. Lakini ndugu gavana ni kama ameingiliwa na shetani.
ama kuna wakati nilikuwa nimesema huenda ikawa ndugu gavana Andrew Mwadime amerogwa. Ndio sababu hataki kusikia bunge hili, hataki kuketi na bunge hili, hataki kupata ushauri kutoka kwa bunge hili. Na sisi ndio viongozi, ndio wakubwa wake. Tunafanya oversight, tunafanya legislation, tunafanya representation, Bwana Speaker. Kwa hivyo, Bwana Speaker, mimi nataka nishukuru viongozi waheshimiwa, na nataka pia nishukuru media. Media tunataka waandike, Bwana Speaker, exactly yale tumezungumza hapa. Na wasiweke chumvi, wasiweke sukari, wasiondoe, wasiongeze. Wazungumze yale ambayo tumeongea hapa. Na Bwana Speaker, bila shaka tutatoka hapo tulipo namba 47, tutakuja namba 1 ama tutakuja top 10. Kwa hivyo Bwana Speaker, naunga ripoti hii mkono na tuendelee kuwa kitu kimoja na Mungu atatubariki. Asante sana Bwana Speaker.
Mheshimiwa Dorcas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for catching my eye. You know, I've been ignored in many forums, especially the invitation of that place. I don't know what it's called. Maybe someone assumed I'm dead. I'm alive today. And I'm not taking it personal, but allow me, Mr. Speaker, with your guidance, first of all, to move an amendment on the recommendation number 7 in the 2022 World War I field utilization report by adding that the position of Ms. Jennifer Dali Makenga, Advisor Women, Gender and Social Services, be also declared null and void. And I beg Honorable Duncan Wangama to second the amendment. And I'm praying that, Mr. Speaker, you will not bar me from doing a contribution. If I sit to allow Honorable Wangama support me, then I come back to the floor and make my contribution in regards to this report.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand to second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that recommendation 7 in the 2022 World War I Funded Utilization Report be amended by adding the position of Jennifer Dali Makenga, Advisor, Women, Gender and Social Services, be declared null and void. Honorable members, the floor is open for debate.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Mr. Speaker, sir. And thank you, Honorable Wangama, for supporting the amendment. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I want to congratulate my brother. Okay.
Members, yes, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I would like to make a contribution on the amendment to the report that has been proposed, the amended motion proposed in the amendment motion as proposed by Honorable Dorcas and seconded by Honorable Duncan. Mr. Speaker, sir, I still understand within the standing orders that Honorable Dorcas, Honorable Duncan and I, by supporting or by contributing to this amendment motion, we have not forfeited nor
exhausted our opportunity to amend, to make a contribution in the main debate. And in this particular case, Mr. Speaker, I'm supporting that amendment by the fact that the advisor was left out. Amongst the advisory positions that were regularly created, that one happened, there's somewhat an oversight that happened on that particular advisor or advisory position. That is why we are seeing this amendment coming on board, so that we can make one comprehensive report. Therefore, honorable members, I'd like to urge each and every one of us to support this amendment so that now we can resume back to the motion in its amended form. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand to support.
The members are made a motion move to reply.
I stand to reply, Mr. Speaker.
The honorable members, I now put a question that recommendations number 7 in the 2022 World War I Fund Utilization Report be amended by adding the position of Ms. Jennifer Darling Makenga, Advisor, Women, Gender and Social Services. They declared null and void. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. You can resume. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for the guidance. Mr. Speaker, I first of all want to congratulate my brother Shambi for what we saw yesterday. As a Christian, I will just call it the doing of our Lord, because I cannot imagine how much stress he has gone through in regards to what he was facing in a court of law. And I want to tell him that he should always remember that behind every successful man there is a woman. And I have no apologies to that. But I congratulate him, and I wish him well as he serves as a nominated member in this 3rd County Assembly of Taita Taveta. Mr. Speaker, I also want to congratulate Mheshimiwa Azardin, MCA Kaloleni, because he was the statement seeker. I have participated, Mr. Speaker, in the discussion of this matter from the genesis, and today we are coming to an end of it. This kind of boldness is not for the many, it's for the few. And I must congratulate him. And I have felt that the people of Kaloleni had made a wise decision to bring this gentleman here. Otherwise, you know, Mr. Speaker, there are times you can be given duties to perform and you are just a busybody. Number 3, I also want to congratulate Honorable Lillian Mongoi, the chairperson for tourism, together with the committee members who took time, incorporated us in the discussion of this matter. I'm not a member of tourism, Mr. Speaker, but I saw it fit that I should appear in all the sessions here in the chambers, just to make sure that I understand what exactly happened and what I saw, Mr. Speaker, through this committee. As they say, ni kama video, ni kama drama. Mr. Speaker, I've been here in these chambers where members have been invited from the executive side, especially the ones that have been largely mentioned in this report, to come and testify what exactly happened. And what I saw, Mr. Speaker, is what we call the utadu attitude. Utadu what? That is the kind of attitude, like, what is the worst thing that you can do for me? You know, I have done this and there's nothing you can do. We saw the attitude being demonstrated here in these chambers. A respectful house, Mr. Speaker, which has been constituted by the Constitution of Kenya 2010. And what I can say, Mr. Speaker, if the governor, His Excellency Andrew Mabino Wakuja, is working with such kind of individuals, then I really pity him. If he is not careful, he's going to be a one-term governor, just like his predecessors. Because what was demonstrated here, Mr. Speaker, is very sad. Very sad indeed. I'm worried that even some members, when they make comments here, saying that they don't want to be involved, it sounds like it's a joke. But Speaker, this is not a laughing matter. This county has suffered the worst ever since devolution was brought into inception, Mr. Speaker. And again, Mr. Speaker, if there is anything I hate in life, is what we call pretense, or hypocrisy, or backstabbing, or people who are not loyal to you. And clearly, Mr. Speaker, those officers are not loyal to His Excellency the Governor. I stand here praying every day and asking Honorable Madini that he shall give him the grace of understanding and knowing who is the right person or who is a true person to him. And Mr. Speaker, if there is a member here today who feels that whatever we are deliberating here is like we are chanting the governor, you are also not loyal to the governor. You are a backstabber. You are not being loyal to the governor. Let's be very honest with one another. What you're trying to do, you're just covering some conmen and women working in our county offices. Mr. Speaker, the system and agendas that we have experienced in the last regime, we don't be repeated in the third regime where Dr. Sindhu was elected as a member of Ronald to come and represent the Ronald people. I don't want to be involved. And I'm happy that I was not invited to go to, I don't know, that place where Mheshimiwa Kimui says that he can afford to take his wife and his children. I don't want to be invited in such kind of business, Mr. Speaker. I am a sober-minded woman. I am a woman of integrity. I was raised well by my father and my mother, and I'm here to say that anything to do with corruption in this county, I will not stand with it, my brothers and sisters. Let us not allow this kind of attitude again. Mr. Speaker, this county is in the darkest pits that you don't know how to enrich it from inside there. It's so sad, Mr. Speaker, that people have an attitude that they want to be employed in the county government or government institutions and they want to make money. Not in Taita Taveta County, where Dorcas Mogu is serving as an elected MCAs. And again, Mr. Speaker, there's also another communication where female MCAs were invited to go to Voi Wildlife, I don't know, Voi Safari Lodge, together with the spouses of the male MCAs. Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, there is no single day a wife of an elected member would come to the floor and voice her voice in regards to any development in this county, apart from the members that were elected or nominated constitutionally. Equally, Mr. Speaker, I'm expecting that as female MCAs, our husbands also need to be invited in such kind of forums. You cannot start dividing us here because we say that the spouses would come, they sit with us as the female to make someone's wife to come and start bowing down to you, because what those women are going to be told, maybe they're supposed to be incited and told, those male members, as you see in the chambers, they do everything. It happened in the last regime, Mr. Speaker, and I'm privy to that information. And when we start coming here, I'll start be looking at Mheshimiwa Mvuga, and would feel like maybe I'm the one who was saying things that are not true to the wife. I start calling the wife, maybe we're discussing other matters. But because such kind of meetings, Mr. Speaker, should be discouraged, because we have the mandate to come to the floor and debate, or rather deliberate on matters that are related to this county, and not our spouses, Mr. Speaker. That is being disrespectful. Mr. Speaker, as I was going through the reports over the weekend, and today as it has been tabled, the PFM Act, the Public Procurement and Disposal Act, the Constitution of Kenya, the County Government Acts, and the Standing Orders of Taita Taveta County have been ignored to the latter. I have, someone said, show me your friends and I'll tell you your character. Mr. Speaker, it is sad that Governor is a serious mathematician. He studied mathematics. He has a broad experience in banking. And then he has an officer working in his office with no papers. This is how we find quacks in hospitals. This is how bodies are disappearing in hospitals. Because how is the recruitment process done in this county? While we have these documents, Mr. Speaker, that I was served with before when I was sworn in. This is the Constitution of Kenya. This is the County Government Act. Because as you do such kind of appointment, Mr. Speaker, having a legal person on board as a county attorney, I'm even doubting his intelligence for the first time. You cannot even advise the governor on recruiting the right people for purposes of making sure that we get the proper services that is required legally and rightfully, Mr. Speaker. Then look at the way transactions were done. This officer by the name Thomas Njuma gave very huge interest directly to his accounts. Shame on him. Shameless man. Shame on him again. Mr. Speaker, this is not a county where you just walk in and walk out as if you're working in a toilet. This is a county government which is constituted in the law. You don't just do things because you feel you're very close to the governor, you're untouchable. That is the kind of attitude which was in the last regime, where members would summon some officials here and they would not come. And they started the games by telling us, this matter is in the ESCC, you cannot investigate. Go to hell. Go to hell, man. Unless it was in a court of law, I would respect that. Mr. Speaker, I am so much ashamed. I don't even want to imagine that if someone asked me, do you come from Taita Taveta account? Mr. Speaker, I would say no. Until when good things are spoken about Taita Taveta account, maybe I can say, okay, yeah, it's true. I come from Taita Taveta account. But, Mr. Speaker, a whole county officer, you're just an advisor. You're not even in the establishment. Mr. Speaker, we have an acting CCN under tourism. Mr. Speaker, please, don't cut me off, Mr. Speaker.
I think a minute to go.
How many minutes, Mr. Speaker?
A minute.
Okay, I am a radio presenter by profession. Mr. Speaker, Thomas Njuma is a partisan staff to the office of the governor. Why was he running the show and the CCM in charge of that docket should be the one running the show? Where did he get that authority from? Mheshimiwa Madime has to look into this issue very keenly and very broadly to make sure that, Mr. Speaker, that such kind of things do not happen. And if we will not follow our advice today, I am sorry that if 2027 comes, Mr. Speaker, I don't want to go home now. Mr. Speaker, I need to be here because I have other ambitions in the near future. I don't want to go home now. I might not be getting a lot of money, but I'm contented with what the government is giving me. And if this is how Mheshimiwa Madime would want to work with his people, then he should count himself out in 2027. And this one I tell him from the deepest part of my heart, because he has been my MP for 10 years. But what is happening today, Mr. Speaker, I am very much disappointed. Otherwise, I want to wish those who are traveling to Lagoon a safe journey, safe drive, go well. And if there is anyone here, Mr. Speaker, who wants to abstain or wants to say no to this report, you are simply a sellout. You are a sellout. And you should not be in these premises from onset. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I submit.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa nafasi hii nimepata, na nimesimama kuchangia nikiunga mkono mjadala wa leo. Kwa kweli huu tumeona hapa kwa hii ripoti ni ule unaitwa wizi study, wizi wa kutumia kalamu. Hakuna wizi mbaya kama wa kutumia kalamu. Heri uibe, tukufukuze, tukushike, tukunyang'anye. Lakini kulingana na vile hiyo ripoti inasema, na nataka kumunga mkono dada Dorcas vile amesema, aibu kwa Thomas Njuma. Maana tulikuwa tumeweka msimamo wetu kwa sababu yeye ndiye alikuwa karibu na gavana, anaweza
na mambo yanaenda vizuri, lakini kwa masikitiko makubwa wameingia juzi tu, hata mwaka hujaisha washachota, washaanza kumaliza. Sisi hatutakubali. Kile mimi ninaomba kama nominated MCA Kabu,
breaches are taking place in the county. Again, Mr. Speaker, sir, it would be quite irresponsible of us or of me if we let go of such inefficiencies and malpractices with the county administration needs to listen to its people when they say that there is a governance problem. Mr. Speaker, sir, this county administration must equally separate between matters of policy and constitutional mandates from politics. Mr. Speaker, sir, matters of policy and execution must be left to officers who have been employed to undertake such duties and not inexperienced political appointees. Mr. Speaker, sir, I raise to support the report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Wow.
Good intended person of the county government, of which we are part of, not to seek an opportunity to participate in this particular debate, given the chance. But fortunately, by God's grace, it's us who are here today to contribute and debate on this matter. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is with great sadness, but at the same time with a small pinch of joy, which I believe will escalate to huge joy in all of us as the people of Taita Taveta. But it is with great sadness that we have come to this day, a day most of us tended to feel will one day be with us, but are always hoping, like everyone else, that this day will be a little bit delayed, if not overcome by the wisdom of the people they elected. The County Assembly is part of the county government of Taita Taveta together with the executive. So there is no division between us. But it's unfortunate that some level of bravado was seen as we are trying to deliberate on this issue by one side of the county government of Taita Taveta. It was unfortunate that when the assembly invited, in good faith, members of the executive, or rather suspended members of the executive who participated in the activity, they blatantly refused to come to the house, but that was not bad enough. What was worse, what was unacceptable, was the communication that started circulating, demeaning and speaking with a lot of verve about the House, the County Assembly. Whereas the county Assembly was not in any contact soberly with the executive. Hence, we invited them to the House. And when the executive appeared The person in the county of Taita Taveta wrote to the House. I wish that letter was written by somebody else, but not the secretary. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is so sad that today we are not even feeling hungry, yet we are hungry. But we are willing to continue contributing, and I wish at the end of the day, we all have the opportunity to contribute individually, just to say even a word, because we all have a word to say. I believe this whole house has a word to say, much as it may take maybe the whole day up to late in the night. Maybe our majority leader, you can start preparing to do another motion to allow us even to take up to midnight, so that everyone gets the opportunity to speak. And even while I'm saying that, I'm cognizant of the fact that an attempt to create a division or to present the house as a divided house, because today in the morning I woke up to a social media report that printed a letter which has my name as an invitee for a seminar or workshop. At the same time, a gazette notice that states and tells my people of Wundanyi Mbale Ward, your MCA is required to perform his duties at the assembly today. Mr. Speaker, sir, for me, I saw that one as an attempt to portray the house as a divided house, and for that I request, guided by the team, the technical team, if Mr. Speaker, sir, you can invoke standing order number 71 at the time of deciding the finality of this report. For those who do not know standing order number 71, you can take your time to read. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a house of educated people and people with the ability to read. Understand things. And this is a message you're still sending across. Privileged to be at this particular moment, because we are going to let the whole world know what Taita Taveta is made up of. And we have just started. Our next course of actions will be seen with time, and I believe time will redeem us. And this county will not be sitting down to discuss budgets. As a chair budget, I also want to put an input. We will not be sitting to discuss budgets of less than 10 billion shillings very soon within our time. And that is a privilege God has given us. And that's why we need to correct a few mistakes. We need to correct a few issues that keep on cropping up. A few issues in administration. This is our role as oversight, as the persons in charge of oversight. When appointments are not done right, we have a responsibility to correct. I wish the executive accepted the position that together with us, we form the county government of Taita Taveta, so that we do not have to bring all these matters to the public gallery. Matters to resolve issues of appointments. It's unfortunate it has come to this level. The team that advises the governor has failed. And I wish this house was given the mandate to help the governor appoint advisors. We have advised him differently, but then we do not have that power, and we do not want to usurp his powers to appoint advisors. But at this particular point, we want to say Taita Taveta is being ridiculed because of these appointments. This matter is live everywhere. Everybody knows what kind of appointments we had. Everyone around this country is wondering, where was the county assembly? But we are trying to redeem ourselves. We are trying to redeem the image of Taita Taveta. Mr. Speaker, sir, I stand to support these reports with a pinch of salt that we really never needed to have come to this level. But unfortunately that we have come to this level, the House has taken its charge. Let everybody take his charge. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay. Asante Bwana Spika. Langu ni kusema tu ya kwamba mimi nimesimama kuunga mkono ripoti hii ambayo imetengenezwa na kamati ya utalii na vile vitengo vingine. Langu niko na uchungu sana ikiwa mjumbe kutoka Sagala Ward na pia nikiwakilisha masuala ya maji katika Ndovu. Madawa hayako ya kutosha katika hospitali zetu. Alafu unakuta ya kwamba kuna maafisa kadhaa wako katika ofisi ya gavana wanapanga vile wanaweza kufuja pesa ya wananchi wa Taveta. Baada ya kupanga kuangalia mambo haya na kuyaboresha ambayo nimetaja, ambayo ni changamoto katika Taveta County wakati huu. So mimi ningependa kusema kwamba mimi kama Mambi nasikia uchungu sana. Nimefanya kazi kwa serikali kabla sijaingia katika county assembly hii. Na hakuna wakati mimi kama afisa nilikuwa nimewekwa katika kiwango ambacho ni cha kusimamia idara ya maji katika kaunti ya Taveta tukitekeleza miradi ya maji. Hakuna wakati nimejaribu hata kufanya kitu kinyume ili mwananchi akose ile huduma ya maji. Kwa hivyo langu nimesikia uchungu kama Mambi, kama mjumbe wa Sagala Ward, na ningependa kusema kwamba na support ripoti hii na wacha kama ni sheria ya serikali ichukue mkondo wake. Nashukuru chama kile ambacho kilinisaidia nikaingia katika siasa ama katika sehemu hii ama kiwango hii cha kuwakilisha Sagala Ward. Kuna msemo tulikuwa tunasema wakati wa kampeni, kazi bila wizi. Na huo ndio msimamo wa Mambi ama wangu kama Mambi. Kwa hivyo mimi na support report hii 100%, na singeweza kukaa katika bunge hili nione watu wanafiga pesa za wananchi bila kupatia wananchi huduma. Kwa hivyo kwa haya machache nimeunga ripoti mkono ripoti hii. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I wish to congratulate my brother Shambi for his win yesterday. I also give my sincere congratulations to Honorable Lillian for giving out this report today. Not forgetting my brother other Honorable Caroline Ward. Mr. Speaker, indeed in 10 years of devolution, the Taita Taveta citizens haven't felt the value of money which they are allocated. And Mr. Speaker, it's very evident in this report that an officer can move around with a total money, 2 million. In his M-Pesa. Is very clear, and it stipulates that there has to be a request for quotation, but that didn't apply. Mr. Speaker, even the officers didn't see the spirit of our Constitution. The Constitution of 2010, Chapter 12, Public Finance on Principle and Framework of Public Finance, which says that, indeed, that is, public money shall be used in prudent and responsible way. In this, it's clearly showing us that the monies, or rather the procurement procedures, were flouted. Mr. Speaker, we as the Assembly, Third Assembly, I humbly urge you, my fellow colleagues, that we work in spirit of making sure that we revive our lost glory. 10 years down the line, we can't see anything. So, Mr. Speaker, we want to tell even other departments that today's decision will be on record. Will be on record, and we will make sure that if you joke around with public funds, we will be there for you. And we mean serious business. We're not going to relent on that. Mr. Speaker, politics aside, we want to help our government. We want to help our people in Taita Taveta. My urge to fellow citizens, or rather Taita Taveta citizens, be rest assured that the Third County Assembly is here and ready to defend, protect our Constitution, our everything, anything to totality, everything to totality, that we will make sure that public funds are not, public funds are used correctly. Without much ado, Mr. Speaker, I beg, or rather, I strongly support this report. Thank you.
Yes, Mheshimiwa Profesa.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, nilikuwa nasikiza wenzangu wakiongea na nimefurahi sana kwa sababu hii ama mjadala leo najua kila mtu anauangalia. Hata nilipokuwa naangalia simu yangu nimepata ujumbe kutoka kijiji moja mahali naishi Kishushe Ilwahapunda. Wameniambia, Mheshimiwa, tunaona vile mnavyoongea na ni vizuri uambie mwenye kamera mwenye anatuonyesha kwa mtandao, yule mwenye atakuwa anapinga tumuone ndio asiwahi kanyaga ukiwa na event yote hapa Kishushe. Sasa nitaomba ili watu wale wanapinga na tuseme wasipinge, maana ni haki yao kisheria. Ikiwa hivyo, tafadhali mwelekezaji, nataka huyo mwananchi wangu, mwajiri wangu wa Ilwahapunda aweze kuona hao watu ndio ajue kinachoendelea hapa bungeni. Mheshimiwa Spika, naanza na kauli inayosema kwamba uhusiano wetu na Mheshimiwa mstahiki gavana wetu ni uhusiano wa kikazi. Uhusiano wa kikazi, nikianza kuinukuu katiba ya Kenya sura ya 1 ambayo inaongelea mambo na sovereignty. Inasema kwamba mwananchi anaweza kujukumika yeye mwenyewe binafsi ama kupitia mwakilishi wake. Mheshimiwa Spika, ukiangalia tena katiba ya Kenya ya 2010 sura ama article ya 185 inaongelea masuala na kazi zetu. Pia hiyo ukiisoma pamoja na sheria za ugatuzi kifungu ya 8 na 9 inaelezea wazi majukumu yetu. Mheshimiwa Spika, acha nisisitize hilo la uangalizi ama oversight. Mheshimiwa Spika, wananchi wetu walipokuwa wanatuchagua ama vyama kunominate ama kuteua wale wenzetu, vilikuwa na malengo ili tuwe tunaangalia wale mambo ambayo serikali inafanya kulingana na sheria. Na sote tunajua ukiwa mfanyikazi wa sheria, basi ni sharti ama ni jukumu lako uangalie ile sura ya 10(2) ya katiba ya Kenya ambayo ni maadili yanazingatiwa, hasa article 10(2)(c) inaongelea mambo na integrity. Sasa Mheshimiwa Spika, ripoti hii ilipokuwa inasomwa na mwenyekiti ambaye pongezi kwa ajili ya ukakamavu, tunajua ilipigia mwenzangu Dorcas aliposema where there is a successful woman, there is a successful woman behind. Also kwa mheshimiwa, I know there is a very strong man behind. Protect. So we applause him kwa kukuprotect, maana hizo simu ulikuwa unapigiwa, tulijua hata leo hapo unaweza shika usifike. Lakini asante kwa wanaume, wameonyesha pia wao ni successful behind women. Kwa hivyo nashukuru kwa hilo. Lakini sijui kwa nini yeye hajaalikwa kwenda huko, watu wamealikwa ndani. Maana mke wangu Mheshimiwa Spika amealikwa na anashinda mbele mke wangu awapigiwa ambia ameitwa sababu bila mimi kuambiwa. Na wakati nikimkatia na nikimchongoza sikusaidiwa. Nilikutana nao chuoni, kamuuliza box akakuja Taita. Sasa nashinda leo hii mtu anampigia simu ananiita sawa. Kwa nini sina uwezo wa kupeleka mke wangu sawa? Shindwe kabisa huyo mtu. Kwanza mwenyewe amwambie hii siku ya leo amemwalika, leo niko na date na wewe, tunatafuta mtoto mwingine. Mheshimiwa Spika, nikiwa katika mrengo wa Kenya Kwanza, tumeona mfano mzuri kwa kinara wetu wa muungano wa vyama vya Kenya Kwanza, Mheshimiwa Daktari Rais. Wakati hata watu wake walipokuwa wanaguswa kwa mambo ya kashfa, tumeona yeye aliwaachilia. Ameachilia watu wa KEMSA, ameachilia watu wa KEBS, ameachilia watu wa NHIF, na hata juzi tu wakati naibu wa rais alipokuwa anaenda kung'ang'ana na kuangalia mageuzi katika sekta ya kahawa na majani, watu wameweza kung'atuka. Haimaanishi tukisema kuna shida, tunaona shida na yule gavana. Hapana. Tunapaswa kuangalia kama rais mwenye aliambiwa hata pigana na ufisadi, amekuwa mstari wa kwanza kuangalia kwamba anaondoa wale watu walioshukiwa tu kuwa na ufisadi na si eti ni wafisadi. Hiyo nini hapa kwa kaunti yetu? Mtu ambaye ako na dosari ametajwa, tena imedhibitishwa, hata waliowapea hizo pesa wamekataa, alafu hawa watu wanalindwa. Kuna nini hapo ndani? Nauliza tu, mbona unalinda hawa watu? Mheshimiwa Gavana, mimi nikiwa rafiki yako mkubwa na kijana wako, nataka nikuambia kwamba sisi, mimi na wale wengine tuliorudi, tulikuwa tunasema hivyo wakati ya kwamba ukiwa na kosa usilifungie, litakumaliza. Mheshimiwa Gavana wangu, hili kosa la hawa watu angelikuwa amelimaliza mapema, lakini sasa mahali pamefika, acha hawa watu waende. Na hata wakipuzilia mbali, wasipoenda hii nyumba, kuna miezi zingine. Hii ni miezi tu ya kwanza, ziko mingi tu, na hilo paka akaita wakaita waheshimiwa akaacha uongozi. Ni sawa na kuniambia leo hii mtu aende kwangu, aende anitie ndugu, aende kwetu, aende ite ndugu zangu, alafu na aende waite, yale mimi mtoto wangu na watoto wangu waende waitwe, waende waongee vibaya kunihusu, ama wewe ndugu zako waende waongee vibaya kuhusu eti uje wakufanyie baya. Hiyo inawezekana kweli? Mheshimiwa Governor, naomba huyo political advisor wako kama ndiye alikuwa advise hivyo, huyo ni mchawi wako wa kisiasa. Kwa sababu gani? Najua yote mnaangalia. Hebu angalia members tuko sote. Jamani, aliyeandika hiyo barua amekuwa kisiasa. Kilaguni hakuna mtu yoyote. Umekosa watu, inaonyesha hata huna control hata ya mtu mmoja. Usikubali kufanyia mambo yanakugonganisha nyumba na wewe. Sisi tumeshikana vile mzee wa Ngunia mheshimiwa wetu anavyosema, tuko hivi. Ukimgusa mwenzetu mmoja umetugusa sote. Na wale wako ambao wewe ni mwenzetu uko hapa ndani na wewe unaungana na wale watu wanataka kuvunja hii nyumba. Aisee, tukikujua, najua watu wako, tutaenda sote, twende tufanye mkutano kwako na tuambie watu walifanya vibaya na tuinitiate process ya kukusanya signatures za kukutoa kwa wadi yako, maana utakuwa unapotezea watu wa wadi yako wakati kuna wengine wanafaa kukuwa hapo ili waweze kuhudumia wananchi, because you have no business kuserve wakati wewe unasaliti Taita, Taveta na county. Mheshimiwa, mimi namaliza nikisema kwamba hii ni mwanzo tu na ni onyo kwa wale wengine wote ambao bado hatujawafikia. Hii kisheria tunasema ni president. Ikishapita, na najua inapita maana sote tunaiunga mkono, lakini tunataka kujua. Alafu wengine tukiwaleta tutakuwa tunasema wewe ulifanya hivi kama hiyo report. Mheshimiwa, najua wengine tutawakalisha hapa karibuni. Kuna statement niliomba ile ya maji, najua wengine tutawaleta hapa na tuwapeleke mahali wanastahili. Kuna mambo ya mashamba, wengine tutawapeleka mahali wanastahili. Hata kibacho tutawaimpichi wote ama tutaondoa, bora mwananchi wa Taita na Taveta waweze kufaulu. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa hayo machache, na Mungu abariki Taita, Taveta na county.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa kunipatia fursa hii na mimi nikaweze kuchangia mjadala huu. Bwana Spika, mengi yamesemwa na waheshimiwa wenzangu wakiweza kuunga mkono mjadala ambao umekaa mbele yetu. Sitakuwa na mengi zaidi ya kusemezana na county executive yetu ya kwamba imekuwa bahati mbaya sana ya kuwa wametaka kugonganisha sanity ya hii nyumba. Nataka nisimame nikiwa very bold kusema ya kwamba it is very unfortunate ya kwamba wametaka kutumika kugawa hii nyumba. Na niwashukuru viongozi wote waheshimiwa ambao wameweza kusimama na kuheshimu umoja wa hii nyumba. Ukweli ni kwamba tunaweza kuwa tumefikia mahali kama nyumba tukakosana, lakini nyumba hii ina uwezo ya kutatua matatizo yao sisi kama sisi, sio wao kutumika kutugonganisha. Kwa hivyo nachukua fursa hii kutoa onyo kali, wakaweza kuchukua siku hii ya leo, wakajua ya kwamba wasijaribu kurudia hilo kosa tena. Asante sana Bwana Spika.
Asante sana Bwana Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipea hii nafasi, pia mimi kuungana na wenzangu kwa huu mjadala ambao kweli tunaona watu wetu wanataka kunyanyasa. Tunajua Mheshimiwa Spika, wakati tunapewa mtu majukumu, kisha hawa majukumu anayatumia vibaya kwa njia ya ufisadi, anataka kuangusha kaunti yetu irudi nyuma. Na tunajua kwamba wakati ile bunge iliyopita tumeweza kupata namba ambayo haikuridhisha, namba ya mwisho mkia
kwa taifa letu, ambayo ni sikitisho. Mara mingi wakati nilikuwa nje nikiulizwa mambo na kauli yetu, sikutaka kusema sana, kwa sababu tuliona tunakuwa nyuma na nyuma zaidi. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka nichukue tahadhari kwa wanaofanya huu ufisadi wa kupora pesa ya mwananchi, na ichukuliwa kwamba tunaenda kwenye mstari wa mbele kutetea challenge kile pia. Tuungane na wenzetu tuweze kumaliza mambo kama haya. Nilijaribiwa hata mimi mwenyewe wakati wa basa, lakini kasimama na ukweli. Ukweli ni kwamba kama viongozi wananyanyasa mwananchi, basi tutaenda tu mahali tulikuwa. Tutarudi ile namba, hatutaki kuwa namna hiyo. Saa hizi tunataka kwenda nambari 10 juu bora zaidi. Tunaungana na wenzetu kukemea hili jambo. Na nasema hivi, Mheshimiwa Lilian, ile jambo umefanya kusimama na kamiti yako kukuletea haya, umefanya vyema zaidi, na sisi tutakuwa na wewe, tutakushika mkono. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Asante sana Bwana Spika. Kwanza ningeanza kutoa pongezi kwa Mheshimiwa Lilian kwa kazi nzuri tuliofanya sote kama komiti, na pia kwa kusimama imara bila uoga kutetea wananchi wetu wa Taita na Taveta. Bwana Spika, mimi naamka ama nasimama kuunga mkono ripoti hii kwa sababu tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 sote tulienda kwa uchaguzi. Na tulipoenda kwa uchaguzi tulikuwa tunaenda kwa uchaguzi ya kuwa hatutaki ufisadi ndani ya Taita Taveta. Ya kusikitisha ni kwamba kuna mambo yalikuja katendeka baadaye, baada ya uchaguzi watu wakaanza kufuja pesa za umma. Sisi tumesimama kidete na tutakubali mambo kama haya yaendelee kama ndani ya Taita Taveta. Mimi hapa nilikuwa katika pika zangu huko mjini, nikapata maneno yakiendelea, na nikaona kwa kuwa nilisimama na watu wangu wa Kaloleni wakati nikiomba kura, nikiwaambia kuwa tutaenda kufagia ile nyumba, tutoe ufisadi wote, ndiposa nikaleta ile statement kwenye bunge hili. Na leo najivunia mimi kama mwakilishi wa Kaloleni na kama mmoja wa viongozi wa tumesimama kama viongozi wote 32 ndani ya bunge hili la kaunti ya Taita Taveta tukikemea mambo ya ufisadi. Haiwezekani ya kwamba wewe kama umepewa nafasi ukafanye kazi kwenye ofisi ya executive na governor uenda kumchafulia governor mambo kama haya. Sisi tutapiga kwa sababu tunampenda governor wetu. Tunapenda governor afanye kazi. Tunampenda wakujaa kwa sababu ndiposa leo tunasimama hapa tukisema wale wote walikuwa kwenye ushiriki katika mambo ya ufisadi basi wabebe msalaba wao. Ni wakati sisi kama viongozi wa Taita Taveta tuweze kushirikiana ili tuhakikishe barabara hii ambayo tumewekewa wananchi wetu tuweze kuwasafishia iweze kuwa safi. Tunaangalia siasa kando na kuwa tunataka kuchaguliwa tena mwaka 2027. Tunaangalia siasa safi ambapo hata kama tutakuwa na makao mengine yanayokuja basi watakaokuja hapa wajue tuleka nyumba safi, tunataka nyumba baki safi, watoto wapate kuweza kufanya biashara ama kuwa na imani na bunge letu la Taita Taveta. So mimi nimesimama hapo kuunga mkono hoja hii, na pia kuambia wenzangu na wananchi wangu wa Kaloleni, nataka niambie kitu kimoja. Kuna ripoti imeenea sana jana ya kwa Azam ndio tano bora katika ile ripoti. Mimi siendi kilabuni, mimi niko ndani ya bunge, niko hapa kwa wananchi wangu na tuko hapa kufanya kazi ili tuhakikishe zile zote tulikuwa tumewaahidi zinaweza kufanyika zinavyotakikana. Bwana Spika, naamka kuunga hoja hii mkono. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwanza nichukue fursa hii kumpongeza ndugu yangu Azar kwa kuleta kauli ya hoja hii. Imedhihirisha wazi hekima aliyokuwa nayo ni kubwa mno kuliko hasira zinazotawala mwili wake. Pili, ninataka kumpongeza mwenyekiti wa kamati ya utalii kwa kazi nzuri. Ni ishara tosha kuonesha Mungu alijua mwanamume akamiliki bila mwanamke, ndipo akatupatia mwenyekiti bomba kabisa ili ameweza kuleta ripoti hiyo. Tatu, nataka kusema upendo ndio silaha pekee ya kumfanya adui kuwa rafiki. Sasa wale ndugu zetu ambao tuliwaita hapa labda wanatuona tuna chuki, sisi tumeonyesha upendo ili waweze kuwa marafiki na kuendesha hii kaunti kwa bora zaidi. La nne, nataka kusema uoga ndio sehemu pekee iliyobaki wakati ukweli ukishindana kujidhihirisha. Ndiposa leo hii tunatoa uoga na hofu kwa wananchi wa Taita Taveta ili wajue hili bunge la 3 ndio bunge la makombozi katika kaunti ya Taita Taveta. Nataka kusema mimi binafsi ni heri kufa maskini kuliko kuishi tajiri mtumwa. Ndiposa nimekataa kwenda kilabuni, niko hapa ili nibaki kuwa maskini huru kuliko tajiri mtumwa ambaye naenda kutumiwa kupoteza hadhi ya nyumba. Nataka kumwambia gavana, heri unalolijua utalirekebisha, usilolijua utalibahatisha. Ndiposa tunamfunza leo aweze kujua mambo, aweze kuyarekebisha, asiende kwa kubahatisha kutupotosha kama wengine waliotangulia. 5, na nikiwa namalizia, nataka nimwambie ukweli mchungu ni bora kuliko uongo mtamu. Ndiposa leo tunausema ukweli hadharani, parawanja, ili kila mtu aweze kujua bunge hili ni bunge la 3 lenye maana kuu. Asubuhi ambayo tumeanza na maombi yakisema Mungu Baba, Mungu Mwana na Mungu Roho Mtakatifu. Leo tumekuja katika ukombozi wa Taita Taveta. Mwisho, Mheshimiwa Spika, lazima itibari ya hii nyumba iweze kuheshimika. Bila itibari kuheshimika, hatuwezi kuheshimiwa. Ndiposa kamiti ya utalii iliweza kuchukua idili, ama kwa wale ambao wanafahamu Kiswahili cha juu, juhudi ya kuleta ripoti iliyokamilika ili kuweza kuhakikisha mafisadi ama mafisi waliotaka kukomba kaunti hii waweze kuchukuliwa hatua. Kwa haya machache, Mheshimiwa Spika, nataka pia kuwapatia moyo wale ambao wanatusikiza hapa. Wengi wanapanda ndege lakini hawamjui rubani wa ndege. Wengi wanatembea na meli lakini hawamjui nahodha wa meli. Wengi wamepanda mabasi lakini hawamjui dereva wa basi. Kwa hivyo ninaomba mumwachie maisha yenu Mungu mwenye mamlaka na uwezo wa kukomboa kila mtu. Hata wale ambao wamefanya makosa wajikabidhi tu kwa Mungu, sababu yeye ndio mwenye uwezo mkuu. Kwa machache, asante na Mungu ambariki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for finally giving me an opportunity to speak. I'm a member of the Tourism Committee, and I'm really proud of our chairperson, Lillian, for presenting the report very well. Congratulations. I'm going to really mention 2 core significant points that I noted personally. There is gross abuse of the offices at all levels of the executive. And another thing that I'm sadly mentioning is there is gross mismanagement of public funds, which we really don't have. We get very little here, so whatever we have, we really have to take care for the wananchi to be able to benefit. I would like to tell the governor that we need to work together. He needs to work with County Assembly, who have mentioned what went wrong, so that we can work together and try and correct these anomalies. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Asante Bwana Spika. Hatimaye nimepata ruhusa, nimesimama karibu mara 10. Kaona kwani leo nafasi hii sitapata, lakini nashukuru Bwana Spika kwa kutupatia hii nafasi, nami pia niweze watu wangu wa Marungu kuona kwamba pia mimi sijawachwa nyuma na sijaenda kilabuni. Niko hapa bungeni natimiza wajibu wa wananchi walionichagua wa Marungu. Kwanza ningependa kushukuru chair wa hii komiti ambayo ni Lilian kwa kazi nzuri pamoja na kamati yake ambayo amefanya na kuleta ripoti hii ambayo siku ya leo tunaijadilia. Na ripoti hii mengi yameongewa na singependa kurudia yale yameongewa, lakini nitanukuu tu kwa Biblia vitu viwili tu kutoka kwa Mithali 10. Nasema ya kwamba mikono mivivu hufanya mtu kuwa maskini. Na mikono mivivu yafananisha watu na mikono mivivu ambayo ni kama wezi, wanafanya mtu kuwa maskini, lakini mikono yenye bidii huleta utajiri. Na sisi tuko hapa bungeni kama mikono ya wenye bidii ili tuweze kuleta utajiri katika Taita, Taveta, County. Ya pili inasema ya kwamba yeye akusanyayo mazao wakati wa kiangazi ni mwana mwenye hekima. Sisi tulipata kaunti ya Taita Taveta ni kama ilikuwa kwa kiangazi, ni kama haina kitu. So inamaanisha ya kwamba sisi members ambao siku ya leo tuko hapa tunakusanya wakati wa kiangazi, so sisi ni wana wenye hekima. Lakini yeye alalaye wakati wa mavuno ni mwana mwenye kuaibisha. Siku ya leo tumeona aibu kwa wale waliotenda yale ambao wametenda. Mengi tumesoma, mengi tumepitia. Tunapaka wanahabari walijitolea kufanya kazi wakati wa ule mchakato, lakini kwa ripoti wameandika ni sikulipwa. So hiyo ripoti inaonyesha wazi kabisa kuna uwizi uliotendeka. Na mimi kama mwakilishi wa watu wa Marungu, wakati nikifanya kampeni nilisema Marungu kutakuwa corruption, zero corruption. Taita Taveta kutakuwa zero corruption. Ndiposa sina haya, sina uoga ya kusimama na kusema ya kwamba watu hawa waliotenda makosa, kama wamepatikana na makosa, sheria ichukue mkondo wake. Shangaa jana naona message namba mpya kabisa, sijui niko namba 3 majority vipi chief whip. Sio nilikuwa naenda kuwa whip mzee, kama nilikuwa naenda kuchukua cheo yako sasa ndio nilikuwa na network gumu, kwanza hakuna network, sitapatikana kwa network huko. Mke wangu leo salani aende Voice Life, ilimtia woga, yaani kule hakuna network na mke wangu amepelekwa out Voice Life. Sasa hapo mimi kama na uoga, nashukuru Mungu hata Voice Life nishampeleka hata kabla sijakuwa mheshimiwa, na niko na uwezo pia kumpeleka. Lakini ijulikane wazi ya kwamba katika nyumba hii tuko na uongozi, na chochote kile tukifanya kama members ni lazima barua ifikie uongozi, ndio viongozi waweze kutueleza sisi, ndio tuweze kwenda mahali tumealikwa. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni kosa ilitendeka, na wakubwa wangu naomba Bwana Spika, hatua lazima ichukuliwe pia kwa yule aliyeandika barua, maana alitutumia kwa inbox na namba tuko nazo. Kwa hiyo pia hatua ichukuliwe ili jambo kama hilo lisiwahi rudiwa kamwe. Kwa hivyo mimi na support hiyo report kwa mikono yangu miwili, miguu, kichwa na mwili. Bwana Spika, kwa hayo machache ama mengi
Naomba asante sana Bwana Spika.
Yes, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I have really resisted the temptation to make a contribution in this particular motion because I've undergone a lot of suffering, untold suffering, from forces within this county and without this county, with the intention of intimidating me, and even trying to isolate me against my colleague members just because of this matter. In a special way, I want to thank Honorable with the truth. I'm standing to do what is right, what is required of us. And I want to say thank you also for telling them that Anselm is our brother and is our leader equally, and we love him and will protect him. I'm happy for doing that, for you doing that, because I understand there are those quarters who believe that Anselm should not be surviving today. But I'm happy that God has been merciful to me and protected me. And I don't fear anything. I've received many calls. I think the last call I was waiting is the call from heaven calling me home. But at this moment, I've not received that call, so I'm ready now to make a presentation or to make my contribution towards this motion. Because Taita Taveta is not only owned by a few individuals, some demigods created somewhere, and let them know the war against the cartels of this county was won. The debts we were sown in this house, and we made the right decision of the Speaker and the county leadership and everybody included. That war was won that time. So anything that comes now and going forward is just an afterthought. And we stand strongly to say that we as an assembly, we know our roles very well. The county assembly, and I want to address the governor in this particular sentiment, that Article 176(1) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 says that there shall be county governments in every county, and they shall comprise of the county assembly and the county executive. The county assembly of Taita Taveta is not an extension, is not a department under the county executive. It is an independent arm that should be respected, and we are ready and we have been ready to work in collaboration and to work in consultation with the executive. That one we have to be clear. In as much as I'm the Deputy Speaker of this House, I will stand by that till the date I'll be removed or my time expires. That the independence of this House must be respected. In the previous assemblies, the assembly suffered a great deal from the executive, and we learned that. We learned that by what happened on 9th of August. That a strong statement was done by the Taita Taveta residents. Don't worry, honorable members, don't worry, we appreciate God in everything. Honorable members, you know, when we were writing a report somewhere,
honorable member made a good remark that when the minority in the House score a goal, then the majority have also chosen to rebut. Well and good. But let me stop at that. Let me leave that. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is unfortunate that we are having this motion at this hour. Mr. Speaker, and the residents of Taita Taveta, we are not at war with our governor. We love him so much. We want him to deliver, because in the electioneering period, the message was clear. The aspirations of the people were very clear, that we want to fix our county. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are in the business, the members of this county assembly are in the business of fixing this county. We can't afford for the third time to goof. We go to the first time regime, we go to the second one. Mr. Speaker, sir, we can't afford to goof the third time. And that is why we have chosen to assist Governor Andrew Madine to deliver. And anybody who surrounds him that will display complacency, mediocrity, casualness, we are coming for you, because our governor must deliver. No shortcuts. We understand what is happening in other sectors, water, health. Be warned, we are coming for you. We are not relenting in this business. We can't be losing money left, right, center. To be in Taita Taveta? No. This time round, this house is standing tall. And if it will mean that we'll have to pay it with the last price, we are ready to do it, to save this county once and for all. Mr. Speaker, sir, as a member of County Assembly, there are those roles that are stipulated in Section 9 of the County Governments Act, Section 9(1), I think, E. That say that as a County Assembly member shall provide professional knowledge contributions in any deliberations that are being undertaken in the County Assembly for the better of this county. And Mr. Speaker, sir, no doubt I'm a professional. I'm a professional in the field of supply chain management, and also as a lead auditor of quality management systems with the International Registered Certificated Auditors Body. And in one of the things, there's a point I want to drive. In one of the things that we used to look when we are doing systems in the corporate world, and even here, Mr. Speaker, sir, when there's a problem, we need not only do a correction, we need to do a corrective action. And Mr. Speaker, sir, there are those formulas or different mechanisms used to do. One of them is fishbone diagram analysis, cause and effect analysis. Another one, Mr. Speaker, we are doing is root cause analysis. And in this particular case, I want to congratulate the committee, the Committee of Tourism. They did cause and effect and root cause analysis. They applied it very well. And out of it, through even the interrogations that were held here, Mr. Speaker, we were looking at what would have caused all this to happen. And at the bottom of it, one of the key things was competency levels were lacking. And Mr. Speaker, sir, the House demanded that we need to get to know the qualifications of these high-ranking officers who could not even answer and respond to very basic elements of governance and law, and yet they advised the big man of this country. It was a big shame. Mr. Speaker, sir, when we requested for those documents, we were surprised. Even those that we were holding so much in high respect, thinking that, you know, they went to those group of schools. Fortunately, I went to a polling station called Lushamboni Primary School. And today I can at least speak some good English. Mr. Speaker, it will be mediocrity. It will be a mockery if we let lose these qualified people to serve in this county in those capacities. And yet we still put more money into bursaries, into scholarships, into whatever thing we call loans for people to go and learn, to go to school. What are we telling these graduates, Mr. Speaker, that we are paying for their fees? What are we telling these children, that we are paying fees for them in high school so that they can excel? This year alone, we sent 100 million down to the wards. Next year, we are sending 268 million, are hoping, in this financial year actually. What are we saying? That people can just walk around, anybody can become whatever he wants in this county, and yet we have people that are qualified, some even overqualified, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this one we are not allowing. As a professional, it will be an insult even to myself, even to my mother child for taking me to school. If I allow this to happen. Mr. Speaker, sir, say this, which is very important, Mr. Speaker. When sentiments are said that the previous World War commemoration celebrations were done with more amounts of 11 million, whatever. This one was just a mere 4 million. 4 million is not meant to buy mandazi. So we're not talking about mandazi delics here. Let's not compare. If money has been misappropriated, has been misappropriated. If you say that even in the previous administrations, we had advisors who did not have the minimum qualifications, now can we allow also this one? Not in this assembly. We have to correct that. Mr. Speaker, we can't be making wrong, we can't be justifying wrongs when things are going wrong in this county. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to say thank you for the opportunity you have given us. So all letters that have been sent to us, all the intimidations, we choose to forgive because this is our county. We choose to move forward. We choose to make our county great again. And we want to invite our governor. That we want to work together. We want to help him deliver this county to the destiny that we wish to be. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
I invite the motion mover to reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Before I reply, I want to congratulate all members for supporting the report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I beg to reply.
Honorable members, before I put the question, pursuant to standing order 979 paragraph 2, the Speaker shall direct a decision to be taken in every instance where the Constitution lays down that a fixed majority is necessary to decide any question. Honorable members, I now order the Sergeant at Arms to ring the division bell for 5 minutes pursuant to standing order number 72, paragraph 1. Honorable members. Honorable men, the bar, where no member shall enter or leave the chamber until after the toll call vote is done. Honorable members, I now put the question that this third county assembly adopts and approves the report of the Central Committee on Tourism on 2022 Ward 1 Fund Utilization laid on the table of this House on Tuesday, 18th July 2023, special morning sitting number 49 and its recommendations thereof. Honorable members, I direct the Speaker at the table to call out names on
Honorable Amos Mjomba Makalo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I vote yes to support the recommendations in the report.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Anthony Modini Chao, member for Mwanda Ward, I support the report. Wanda nyumbani.
Honorable Anthony Wareye Mlambwa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Anthony Warire, MC Burawad, I vote yes.
Honorable Anthony Mutuku Kimili.
Kimili, MCA Chalawad, I vote yes.
Honorable Azar Zahid Din.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Azar Zahid Din, member of County Assembly representing Kalini Ward, I vote yes.
Honorable Bryson Masha Mwandi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Bryson Masha Mwandi, Msawala Ward, I support the report. I say yes.
Honorable
I, Constance Mandawiro Shungula, vote yes.
Honorable Crispus Mekinoki Masaga Tondo.
I, Crispus Mutinoki Masaga Tondo, I abstain.
Honorable Daniel Mutuku Kimuyu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Kyle Daniel Mutuku Kimuyu, MCA my ward, for the sake of ending corruption in this county, I vote yes.
Honorable Dorcas Mroi Mlu.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. On behalf of the people of Brunei and all the women in this beautiful county of Taita Taveta, I vote yes.
Honorable Duncan Wangama Mwakufu.
I, Duncan Wangama Mwakufu, MCA Wusi Kishamba Ward, I vote yes.
Honorable Leonard Mwandau Maganga. Honorable Khalifa Taraya Salim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I, Khalifa Taraya Salim, I abstain.
Honorable Hope Anissa Sanguli Mwakio.
Asante sana bwana mwenyekiti. Mimi Mheshimiwa Anissa Hope Sanguli Mwakio, katika juhudi za kupambana na ufisadi na kusimamia haki, nasema ndio.
Honorable Isaac Matono Wawiyu.
On behalf of the people of Matawad, I vote yes.
Honorable Jimmy Mwandembe Mwamidi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I, Jimmy Mwandembe Mwamidi, MCA Undani Bali Ward, and Chairman Budget, very concerned about financial matters. I vote yes.
Honorable Jones Muganga Solomon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I, Jonas Mwanga Solomon, MCA Mbulia Ward, for the sake of transparency, accountability, and honesty, I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Kirubai Mabishi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Because of the heavy of the matter and due to public demand, Mr. Speaker, sir, I think I'm in the fix, but I have no option because accountability is a must for anybody holding a public office, including me. So I vote yes.
Honorable Joseph Kennedy Mwalawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Joseph Kennedy Malega, aka Anko, MCA Matata Ward, I vote yes.
Honorable Josephat Peter Shambi.
Josephat Peter Shambi, Secretary General wa Taveta County, nominated MCA. In order, aka overqualified, in order to smoke out cartels from this county, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to vote yes.
Honorable Kusania Sakina Nabihi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I vote yes.
Honorable Lawrence Mwanjala Mzuga.
I, Mwalimu Lawrence Mwanjala Mzuga, MCA Mbololo 1. I vote yes.
Honorable Lilian Machocho Kidali.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Lilian Machocho Kidali, Chairperson, Gender and Culture, I vote yes. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Lilian Mkanyika Mwangoi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Lilian Mwangoi, Chairperson, Tourism, nominated MCA, I vote yes.
Honorable Margaret Kabuki Mwale.
I, Margaret Kabuki, nominated MCA, I vote yes.
Honorable Muhammad Omar.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mimi Mohamed Omar aka Dudu, mwenyekiti wa chama cha Jubilee Taita Taveta County, mwakilishi wa makabila yote ambayo yako ndani ya Taita Taveta, ninapiga ndio.
Honorable Nancy Mwoi Mwakio.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote yes.
Honorable Newton Kifuso Salim.
Mimi wakili Newton Kifuso Salim, kwa niaba yangu na watu wangu wa Mungu na Kishusha, ninasema ndio. Asante Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Rose Matumbu Chu Sariki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Rose Matumbuchi Sariki,
Vice Chairperson, nominated MCA, I vote yes. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Patricia Chao Moshiradi.
I, Honorable Patricia Chao Moshigadi, Chairperson Youth and Sports Committee, and my unborn child, we vote yes.
Honorable Rose Zero Shingira.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Rose Viga Shingira, Mama Wiper, the only locusts, anything which was eaten by locusts, we return it back in Jesus' name. I vote yes.
Honorable Stephen Nzai Mkala. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I, Stephen Nzai Mkala, representing people of Marungu, mtoto wa baba, I vote yes.
Honorable members, I want to read the results to you. Ayes 29, nays 0, abstain 2, absent 1. The ayes have it. Honorable members, there being no other business, the House stands adjourned until April 15.